And we are live. Daryl looks a hell of a lot better tonight, don't you think? Uh,
Oh, what the hell happened to Daryl?
we don't have a clue. We haven't seen or heard from Daryl. He's MIA again. Um,
You got old timers.
yeah, that's what we're going to say it is tonight. Say he's just losing his mind and he forgot that we actually had a show. So we're just in here clicking along, and we're gonna try to run this. Fortunately, we got a good producer sitting there, and she's gonna keep me from screwing it up.
Yes.
And we're gonna just see what we got going tonight. Our special guest is John Cyclone from Rivercast Tackle.
Ain't nothing special.
He's gonna talk to us and tell us his story here in a few minutes. But first thing I want to ask, how y'all doing tonight, Steve?
Oh man, I'm doing great. Happy to be here as always. Talking fishing. It's my favorite thing to do.
You smoked them this weekend.
Boy, he put a hurting on him.
You showed them how it's done.
Oh, I lucked out at the end. It was a close one. That was a close tournament. It came down literally to the wire.
Well, we were glad to sit there and watch you, and I was cheering for you. I can't say nothing about Lisa. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate
it. Against Steve. But I also told Dom that he really disappointed me, but he had thunderstorms and lightning, so.
Okay.
Hey, we try.
Yeah. If anybody's wondering about Daryl, we are too. How you make it down there tonight, John? A little warm in your part of the world?
You see, I got a trim, don't you?
Yeah.
That ought to tell you it's hot. I'd tell you how hot, but we're on live.
Yeah. Well, Steve, you want to welcome in all our guests over here on the chat tonight?
I can't read it. I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll get up here and I'll do it.
Sorry, buddy.
We got old boy outdoors is welcome coming in here first tonight. Wabash Nate, Fanny Lisenby. How you doing, Miss Fanny? We got Chris from Catchfish with us. We got Bobby 922 Barbecue. He says something other about that stubborn sis probably starting trouble. Tonight your sis is producing the show where that I don't screw it up. We got Fish in the Mid-South. How you doing there, Mike? Appreciate you stopping in, man. We got Miss V. Jerry Hagar from 419 Fishing and Powder Coating. Does a great job powder coating, can powder coat your stuff and personalize it to you.
They're pretty.
If you get in touch with him, his wife can take care of you. Just like mine. We got Lance McCool guy. How you doing tonight, Lance? Rowdy Royal, welcome in. H. Lee Osborne, glad to see you in here tonight. Welcome, everybody. Again, our special guest tonight is an ugly old man named John Cyclone, or known as John Cyclone.
I'd say what they usually call me, but I can't.
Yeah, we understand that. Those of us that know you understand that.
The rest of them know what it is.
Yeah. So, John, tell us about your previous catfishing experiences and your knowledge, and how you got started in this fishing stuff.
Well, as far as fishing, that come from Pop. He started us. We've been on the water all our life. But
you living down there in them swamps, you do that.
Yeah. But back then, it was easy to get to the water and you had no issues. You can just drive up anywhere you want it, go across the hump, go on back, sit down on the riverbank and fish all day long, and nobody'd ever tell you nothing. But times have changed. Now you need a boat. Because I got a spot that's literally right out that way. It's about a minute and a half from here that I got to make a 30-minute boat ride to get to.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, that's how your government works, man. You know, we got a levee that protects us from floodwater, which we pay for, but we can't get on it. You know why?
Okay.
The reasoning behind that is because the levee itself is built on private property.
Of course.
There you go. It's
That
built
makes-
on private property, and the landowner can control what goes on. Even though we pay for it,
Yeah.
and
That
it does
sounds about right.
does no good to argue with them about it because all they'll do is take you to jail. But that's what that's all about. But yeah, if you want to know about the river cats, the reasoning behind river cats starting is because of I wanted to put a good product on the market at a reasonable price and not carry the same thing everybody else carries. That was the whole reasoning behind River Cats Tackle.
How did you find out about how much better the German steel is over other steels? How did you come up to decide that was the kind of steel you wanted to use?
Have you ever owned a German steel cooking knife?
I have not.
If you buy one, you'll understand.
Okay.
It's a better quality material because it's the product itself, the makeup of the steel itself. It's actually the way it's made up. It has its own rust resistance properties in it, in the steel itself. It'll get a light film of rust on regular German steel, but that's it. It'll stop at that point. It won't go no further. And not to mention, it's the best you're gonna get as far as steel, because it's coming out of the same mine that they've been mining the ore from for over 100 years. So,
What is that? Cologne, Germany?
yep.
That's
And
cool.
no, I can't let you know who manufactures my hooks.
We ain't going there. Hello, Sandy Toes and Lance. Welcome in. Dominic Hollis. Let's see. Miss Creasy's in here.
Nice. Dude, them hooks are sharp though. That's for damn sure. That things will poke your finger.
And look, it's any one of them you get from us. They're going to be sharp. And I think I sent you some 2-aught, didn't I?
Oh yeah. Dude, them things are amazing. So you sent me some 2-aughts and some of the size 4 carp ones.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been stretching out all sorts, so I couldn't stretch your guys' out at all. It ended up helping me win the tournament, like I was saying earlier, because they don't even stretch, and the same hooks I've got on, I've been running the whole time. They're not dull, they're nothing. I mean, they're a game changer, that's for damn sure.
And that's the thing about it, Steve. It's not about me getting rich. It's not. It's trying to bring the best that you can bring to the public, but yet and still keep it affordable. Hey, as long as we can keep the doors open and keep it moving, I'm happy because I got a job. I work every day.
That's what I was fixing to say. You know, tell the public that out here that don't know what you do for a living.
I am a construction painter. So yes, I deal with heat every day. And when you deal, most of the jobs we do, it averages anywhere from 115 to 130 on temp every day.
Dang.
That's what we do. And to start River Cats Tackle, I've done 6 months of that,
Right.
7 days a week to start River Cast Tackle. That's what I've done.
Y'all,
I
River Cats Tackle is not a big company, but
No.
it's tied in with some other companies and a bunch of young small companies getting together to put the best out there.
You know, if everybody would work together, it would help out a lot. You know, it would help out a lot. That's like the other night when we was on live. Someone come in and was looking for bank route holders.
Yeah.
Hey, we passed on other companies. Did we have to? No, but we did. I mean, it's no big deal. I don't have time to make them. That's why I don't deal with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I can make any style bank route holder you want. Yeah, I know how to weld. I know all of that. But working my daily job plus coming home and then working on all of that, it's bad enough I got to deal with the business side of the company, and it kills a lot of my time that I already have. But y'all know the phone was just going off before we got live. But
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that's why I don't want nothing to do with anything else. You know, I want to focus on what we doing.
You're sitting there. For those of you that don't know, John is is down in Louisiana. He's not setting up in an office somewhere looking pretty. That's my job. But man, I'm telling you, I'm getting enough looks in the reflection on my computer screen here. Woo! But
And you're within hitting distance too. You're in trouble.
That's it. Jerry Hager is who makes some really good rod holders, bank rod holders, and me and Lisa are affiliated with him, his company. And first thing I did was I had you send him some hooks, and he absolutely loves them now. That's his hook of choice.
Yeah.
And
as you would say, Randy, he's now hooked.
That's right. Well, let's see here. Hang on a second.
I mean, we got Steve here. He's hooked now too.
Oh, dude, they work amazing, bro. I was very like I said, every other fishing trip they bust out, just stretch, or like everybody says, rubber hooks.
Yeah,
and have that problem.
We solved that, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Hey, they had a few of them in that pack, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
That'll hold you for a while.
Oh yeah.
But you know, those hooks, Mike Mid-South, Fishing the Mid-South, done a test on them the other day. If you want to go see it, if you want to go see what they'll stand up to, go watch Mid-South's videos. He does a real good job on testing product testing. And you know, he put a lot more force on them hooks before he could get anything to change at all. Than you'll ever be able to put on it whenever you're doing it using a fishing rod.
You know, you think about it, Steve. He took our
six
aught.
Yeah.
Our 6-aught hook, which is a small diameter wire, and it took 45 pounds of pressure to get the hook in a position to where it was going to bend it.
Oh, dang.
And then he done a second test of pull, hold pressure, let off, pull, hold pressure, let off. He did that 4 or 5 times and realized that it goes right back to its natural shape. So he said, oh, well, we're just going to go ahead and do it. And then he went ahead and stretched it on out. but he's going to do more tests because I have sent him the rest of the sizes, and I'm waiting for him to get to that 12 rod.
Dang.
That's
Oh, I did my own.
gonna be
I
something.
did my own testing. You can put your stuff in there and hook onto a tree, and you're bringing the whole branch, the tree, whatever with you, instead of going. Bloop. I mean, you're actually. We get done fishing. We got a whole bunch of them in the boat that me and Bert had pulled up. It was like, dang,
Yeah,
they're
and
great because they don't break at all.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, y'all know we do free shipping. Everybody does. At the price of the hooks, at the quality of the hooks, with shipping free, how much money you think we're making?
Not very much.
A little bit.
Making enough to stay in business till
Making enough to
economy
stay in
levels
business
out.
to keep it going.
Keeps the lights on.
I ain't worried about the lights. I work every day for the lights. So I ain't worried about that. It's just to keep the business going.
And for those of you that think Daryl's the one making comments in here, I'm signed in under Daryl tonight. So Daryl ain't here yet. He's having computer issues. He did message me. Like I said, he forgot about it. He forgot about his show tonight. But, you know, tell us how you come up with the idea for these JNS Signature Series rods you've introduced.
We had to do something different. You know that.
I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I ain't caught nothing over 40 pounds on that rod, but it is completely different fighting on that rod versus the other rods that I had. And I had 3 different brands before this. There's just so much more control.
And that's the thing about it.
If you ain't seen one of them, you got your eyes going up through here and they roll around and underneath the rod at the tip. So whenever you're fighting a fish, it's not trying to roll your rod. It's sitting there and you're fishing straight down, you're pulling up, and you're running straight to that fish.
Steve, you familiar with spinning rods?
Yeah, that's all I fish.
You that's all you fish is spinning rods. Oh man, they go to the freaking neighborhood.
Oh my goodness.
We was doing fine.
He's getting old. Daryl, I had my alarm set for tonight. What'd you do? Forget yours?
I could not get my computer to come up. I worked and worked and worked.
And
First
like
back-
you having trouble.
Sounds like you just woke up.
No, I ain't been asleep. Trust me, I'll run all day. But first, my computer wouldn't come on. So I finally got it to come on. Then the battery, I guess, was dead in my mouse. So I had to go get a battery for the mouse. It's been rough. It's just, hey, hello everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to tonight's show. Now we've got the one and only Mr. John, the man.
Okay. I ain't touching your volume. You got something of the wrong.
I was probably clipping. I was so loud.
But
Is it still messing up?
no, you're back. Whenever you're not hollering, you're normal.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry everybody. I was late and I did get hung up into something, but I was going to be on time. But then, boom! It all blew up. Well, the computer I thought was blowed up. So, go ahead, Lisa. You're just dying to say something. Go ahead, Lisa. You're dying to say something.
What would you do without me, Daryl?
There's a lot of things I could think of, but they probably wouldn't be too nice. So
that's why I didn't say a word.
I did this for you. I could have just said hell with it.
Yeah.
She
You know
wouldn't
what?
do
You need to teach your husband how to do Facebook or YouTube or StreamYard, whatever. I told him. Now, I'm to my defense. I told him to get with you and set it all up and get it going. That's exactly what I told him. Did I not tell you that?
You told me to get John set up. I didn't realize you meant the show in the whole 9 yards.
Oh, I told you the thumbnail.
Well, we got the thumbnail.
Thumbnail.
Yeah, I knew where he was going with that.
Anyway, I was late, and I do apologize. I was in the middle of a huge. If you look, I got paint all over me, and
Well, what are you painting, Daryl?
trying to make my wife look. But no, I'm just joking.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I was painting the Mona Lisa, boys. My back door I've had up for 2 years. It's always been primer. For 2 years, I've been going to paint it. I've had to paint. I've had the brushes. I've had everything. Well, it's been primer so long, the primer started flaking. So I was like, I can't put up with this anymore. I said, I can do this project. It won't take long. I'll just fleek off all the what's coming off. And then, of course, it's so loose, I got to start sanding, and then I got to start taping up. And the door's black and the trim's white. So I had to prime everything. And then I got to a 1 hour project became a 3.5 hour project. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
so
Switch Fish with us says he was afraid that you had got caught up in a wrestling match or something other somewhere.
I would have had a lot more fun than that. So what are we talking about so far, Mr. Cyclone?
Oh,
We've been talking about the new rod that he's come out with, that J&S series rod.
Oh, you talking about the rod that I own? I've got one.
You got
We're
one?
talking about spinning rod.
Yeah, I got spinning rod. Spinning rod. My head spins so much, I wouldn't need no spinning rod, would I?
No, it's not a spinning rod.
Well, who just said it was a spinning rod?
I thought that's what we were talking about.
That's what I was explaining
We
to
got the
Steve.
show going. You can direct it in a little bit. Go ahead, John. Tell us about this rod with the twisted eyes on it.
The way it's designed, Steve, it's like I said, you familiar real good with a spinning rod.
Where's your rod at to show it off? If you ain't got it, I'll run go get mine.
I sold the damn thing.
I'll be back in a minute.
But
The
way it's designed, Steve, the guys roll around and they fall to the bottom. Okay. You're actually getting the benefit of 2 rods in one, because you got a bait casting rod, but it also has the features of a spinning rod. You know, when you fight a fish with a spinning rod, that guides to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And when a fish runs to the side, it doesn't pull the rod. It doesn't twist it in your hand. Your blank just works with the fish. That's what the acid wrap does for a bait casting rod. Your reel's upright, but when the fish hits it and runs to the side or whatever, that rod does not twist in your hands at all. It makes it real comfortable to fish with.
It's a whole lot easier to fight a fish.
Oh yeah, ask V. I got fussed out a lot from V, because, like she said, before she could judge what size fish she had, whether she needed the net or what or that. But now, with the control she has over the fish with the rod, because the rod does all the work, she can't really judge what size fish she's bringing in anymore. She's got to learn all that over again.
I heard her mention that at Stand Day.
It is a huge difference.
It makes a big difference. Real big difference.
But they coming out with some new rod makeup.
New colors.
New colors coming out in another 3 weeks, month.
I'm hoping to have them here in another 2 weeks.
Hoping to have them. He's going to be at Vicksburg, Mississippi for the Megabucks tournament.
Yep.
Megabucks Catfish Tournament, July 25th, 26th, 27th. And he's obviously going to have a booth. Rivercast Tackle's going to have a booth set up down there.
Yeah.
got a sponsored boat in the field,
And I appreciate
And-
that, John.
and gonna.
That'd be too damn long of a ride for you, Daryl.
You wanted somebody that could catch fish.
He wanted a winner. He wasn't going.
Well, obviously, that's the reason he sent the guys that he's sending.
That's right.
See,
Okay.
the ones he's sending are contenders. The rest of us are going to show up down there just to help take care of the customers.
Well, we also have the MRM that we're going to be at in Memphis, Tennessee at
Yep.
Bass Pro Pyramid. And we also have a boat that's going to be in that tournament.
All right.
Nice.
Can you show this right off now?
Huh?
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
show us that rod. Show us that.
This is the R.
Let me see if I can get you on this.
Hang on.
There we go.
Ah.
This is the RTC or RCT River Cat tackle rod. Look at that graphite looking handle there. Awesome. All right. So, of course, traditionally on a bait caster, this is on the front. Can I tell a real quick story? When I got this thing, I actually won this one at the catfish
At the gathering.
yeah. And so I got it, and I was showing
Even
it
though you
to.
cheated.
Yeah, I cheated. Actually, my wife won it. It was her name. But anyway, or her number. But anyway, so when I got it, took it out. I thought, man, I won this rod from River Tack Tackle. I really like the rod. And then I looked at it, and I said, holy smokes. I said, Randy, he gave me a blim. He said, what are you talking about? I said, look at the eyes on this crazy rod. He said, what? I said, they go all the way around the dang rod. He said, that's what makes it special. He said, that's the way they use on a deep sea fishing. And I said, he's like, think about it. I was like, man, that makes sense. That's thinking out of the box. So the eyes start here and they come down, and this one's a little offset from this one. And now we're getting sideways. Now we're almost down to the bottom. And the next one, by Jimmy, that rascal's on the bottom or almost. And now we're straightening out. Now the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes are turned down. So when you're fighting a fish, he's actually pulling down in that smooth round part of the rod.
That's right.
You got the backwards backbone fight, I guess you'd say. Is that what you explain it?
Well, to do the asset wrap rod, the spine of the rod itself has to be located at a different position in order for that rod to work like it's supposed to. And that's what's tricky about doing an asset wrap, because most people don't want to spend the extra money to have that done like that.
So what you're saying is you got to be smarter than the average bear to be able to make one of these rods.
Yeah.
Boo Boo can't make it. Yogi might.
You can't set it up like your basic bait casting rod, because the spine has to be in a different location. It has to be in a different location in order for that bend and that backbone to work the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
You know, I used the asset wrap. I had some custom ones done, and there was nowhere near as nice as that rod. And when I had them done 10 years ago, they cost me over $300.
He said $300, folks. So
Yeah.
you get things at half the price.
Yeah.
There you go. Can you go wrong with that one?
But have you noticed how light that rod is now?
Oh yeah, it's light. I'll say it's a really light rod. Now you know I fish with the Catfish Sumo 150. This rod and the 150 is about the same weight. It's a light rod. The big difference is the way the eyes work on
Yeah.
it.
And it makes a hell of a difference in the handling of fish, Daryl.
I'm still waiting on something to go on.
Man, I don't even want to get into that because I'll say something on live I ain't supposed to.
There you go. We know who you're dealing with and how that works.
Yeah. But
Well,
anyway.
I was an importer at one time too, guys. I've done it. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Well, they done hit us up with something special now, Daryl. Again.
All right. Good. Good. Well, I'm waiting on that. So
But yeah, the rod itself weighs 10.7 ounces.
that's pretty cool. That's nice.
Yeah. That's what
It's got it. I like. It's not. It's like the tip. I like a tip that's pretty stiff, and this one is great. It's not super stiff, but it's not. It's not an ugly stick either.
we also tried to do it to where you could use that rod as a flathead rod or a blue.
Oh, absolutely.
Because a flathead, y'all know, everybody knows, flatheads bite totally different.
Yep.
Completely different. And that was the purpose of going just a little lighter on that tip than anybody else.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Still, the backbone comes in pretty quick.
My catfish sumos basically are a little stiff, just to be honest with you. My 150s, I like my 150s. They're guaranteed to pick up 150 pounds, and he said that took a lot of engineering to do it. I like them where you can really pull to keep a fish out of the rocks. But I noticed I have a lot of flathead hits that'll let go because it don't have quite enough flex to it. So I agree with that. I ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna tell the truth, to be honest, no matter if it's my supplier or my sponsor or not. So that, and I'll just be honest with you, that's the way the other company out there is too stiff like that also. So
yeah, I mean everybody has their preference, Daryl.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. And I tried to cover both sides of it. Therefore, that one rod could serve the purpose of two rods. Instead of having flathead rods in a boat and blue cat rods in a boat,
yeah,
you can run this rod, but yet and still catch both.
Yeah. In fact, this is the in-between one. This one's a lot like what you have. This is the Catfish Sumo. This is the what is it called? Dang it. Okay, the Master Series, the Chopstick Master Series. And it's built a lot like this one, but I asked for the 150. This one here is one of the older ones. But you can get away with this one used for flathead fishing a lot better than that 150. But I just like, when I'm in that river, I do a lot of river fishing. I want one that I can pull that fish out of the rocks and stuff. So I kindly give up a little on what I do. So,
but now you remember the big dog tournament that I fished?
Yes, sir.
That is the rod that I was using.
Yep.
And y'all saw what I was fishing in.
Yeah, a bunch of junk.
And not a problem.
Yep. Exactly. I'll say it's a nice rod. It's a very nice rod. I would not complain with it. I can't wait to get a reel to go on that thing. And
I'm fighting them.
That's my question. Can you put a spinning reel on that?
Go for it. I got a buddy of mine. He showed back up with the acid wrap rod to go fishing, and he had a spinning rod on it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He said, man, it works really good like this. I said, yeah, but you know it's a spinning rod, a bait casting rod. He said, yeah, but I got to stick with the spinner. I said, well, why? He said, well, I'm going to tell you the truth. The drunker I get, the more I backlash. I don't backlash. And he says, I don't have any issues. It works really good. So maybe I might have to try that one day. I might have to put a spinner on and see what it does.
But it's got a pretty big eye on it, but it's going to be on the wrong side.
No.
Well, you're going to be fishing backwards, though, aren't you? Then way the rod's built.
Well, I'm going to find out. Hey, I'm willing to try anything, Daryl.
It'll work, but it's backwards. Hey, man, I ain't telling nobody what to do.
There's his nice Jerry Hager
There you
coffee
go.
mug.
Nice.
Hey, we lost Steve.
Yeah.
We
He
made
got
it.
Harold, I guess.
We told him he could use them. Hey, if we missed anything that we need to be talking about in chat, that's your job, Randy.
That's what I've been watching. Dom is in love with these rods, and guys, with that acid wrap on there, you can cast an extra 10 to 20 yards with that thing. That sucker will flat hum. You can put they got a new reel out there that you came up with that rod, and you can actually spool the thing when you cast it.
Everybody figured it would impede the casting ability, but it doesn't. It improves it because line and super slow comes out of that thing like that. And
hey, I want to say real quick, Quan got online. Thank you, Lisa, for putting this up. I appreciate it. I got hung up on something, and I was giving a hard time. I don't know where she's at, but thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate it. Steve must be. He's up, but he's not up.
He had some problem there for a minute, and then he come. There he is.
There he is. There he is.
He was doing real good a little while ago, but
Now he's frozen. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Yes, no. Anyway, hey, is the rod thing you guys been talking about so far?
We talked about the hooks already.
Okay.
We moved over to the rods, and
Go ahead.
Now I thought we might talk about the reels that he's got coming out.
Well, he said he might cuss if we talked about them.
Well, it's a possibility because of where they're setting at right now, Daryl.
Oh, Lord, they're in customs.
You know what I'm talking about. See? You know what I mean? I know.
Exactly. When you said when they're setting it, but that's always. Hey, imagine having a container or 3 containers full of cabinets. You need those cabinets, and they go in custom, and they stay in customs till all 3 of those containers are unloaded, went through, and then put back in full of cabinets. And how many cabinets that is? They're flat packs because we build them here at shop. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the new thing right now. They're taking all our stuff out of boxes, seeing how much aluminum and how much steel you got and all of that in your products. Same with the rods. They're going to start charging us the extra tariff on the aluminum reel seats that we have on them. So they got to open up the boxes and find out how much aluminum you have on the rods and do all of that. And then you're going to have to pay them some more money.
Yep.
Before they let it go.
Well, United States and China need to say, okay, no tariffs on each side and be done with it. But what it is, they're in a PA match, and I get it. I get what Trump's trying to do, and I'm not hating because
I understand it, but in my opinion, Daryl, you can't get it done in 4 years.
Yeah,
you can't fix 40 years of problems in 4 years.
Yeah, but you sure can put some pressure on them, and I ain't like I say, I'm not going to scream at that.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. We got to deal with it, and we'll figure out how to make it work.
Yep, that I agree 1,000%. So yeah, exactly. But anyway, so are they setting on customs on that side or this side?
This side.
Well, at least they're here.
They're here.
Now the next question: California or Louisiana or Augusta?
Actually, they're in a separate warehouse that Customs has done set up in Indiana.
Oh, okay, that's crazy.
They got so much going on with things that they had to open up separate warehouses to start accepting goods to try to do all of what they're doing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We had some products that sat in California for 3 weeks before it even moved.
Well, you'll have them 10,000 reels in a couple of weeks, so you'll be good.
Well, I ain't got 10,000 coming, but I got a lot of money coming. I need to get them reels in my hands so I can get that chewing off the backside away from me, you know?
I'll tell you. Hey, well, see, when I bought potatoes, this was 15 15 years ago. Each container of cabinets was $40,000, and you would buy like 3 to 4 containers at a time. And you get that much money tied up because and I know you send half over there, and then half when they show you that it is on the water. Well, me, it was on the water because they didn't fly. So you pay the other half when they show the bill of lading when that thing's going on the water. So now then you've done that. Now when it's on the water, you're looking at a month on the water on the ship containers.
30 days.
So now then you've got $120,000 to $160,000 on the water. And now it gets here, and now Customs says, hold on just a minute. We just pull, they'll pull random stuff. Now you're setting for another 3 weeks waiting on them to go through that. And now did it come from California and they're going to ship it across, or did it come to Augusta or whatever? So I always make sure mine come to Augusta. That way, if it got hung up in Customs, once it come out, it was only a day from me. So Augusta, Georgia. But yeah, that money's sitting there. You spent all that money and you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, wishing you had it because you need to make some money back to buy it. Because it's a never-ending process. You're just, once that gets here, you put up stock. Now you're looking to see what else you got to order to get it on the water. And then comes this time where they call it Chinese New Year, where you better have your product on the water before February or you're screwed again.
Because Chinese New Year is a week. A solid week.
No, month, not week, month.
Yeah, that's right. It is a month.
A whole month.
If you want it in January, you got to get it shipped out and on the water
before February. Yeah, because it all shuts down.
January is screwed.
Yeah,
I think they got. It's a combination of. I think it's the Chinese New Year. I think it's a week or two of the dragon, and it's several of them all together right there in that 1 month, and you just screwed for the whole month.
Yes, sir. Yep. Anyway, I've been waiting for John to contact me, let me know when he gets different colors in stock.
He's waiting on that too, Dom.
Hey, Dom, I'm in let me put it your way. I'm not in custody. I'm in customs.
There you go. Just as well be in custody. All right, do you have one of those reels to show that you're waiting on?
Because it'll drive you nuts.
So you're looking at 1 to 2 weeks before they get let loose, probably?
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. You got one to show, or we're going to have to?
What that reel that one?
Hey, and if you really want to know who runs Rivercast Tackle, his better half is off to one side or the other because she's always there.
Yep.
Miss Stephanie is amazing about keeping things straight and keeping him straight and taking care of us.
Hey, but I got fired a few times. I ain't gonna lie, I've been fired a few times.
Hey, it happens.
Happens to the best of us. Shoot, I got fired over here since the show started.
I believe it.
That's what happens. And you see him over there, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to hit him in the knee with something big.
But here we go.
There you go. And that, didn't you say that's sort of in between the 6 and the 7,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And that's a 7-to-1 ratio?
7-to-1.
7-to-1 ratio. It's pretty cool.
One turn of the handle, the spool turns 7 times.
That thing, look at that handle on it. Hold that back up one more time. Come on now. We got to talk about that thing. There you go. Look at that handle on there. Now, let me ask you this. Does I see where your line release is, does it click back up automatically or do you have to click it up?
you have to, that we designed it to where it will not automatically engage, because using power handles, they have a tendency when you cast, that handle wants to turn
Yep.
and it'll automatically engage on you. Well, with this one here, it won't.
Woody would love it because he hates that. That's the one thing he hates about my 7000s is he'll sling that thing and that handle will move and it'll click it off. So that's a good thing. I like that about one. That's why I was asking you. I like that one. Just don't screw up and forget to engage it. But after a while, you won't.
You get used to it really, really quick.
Yeah.
And
Virtual.
the thing about it, Daryl, that's why the reel costs so much for the molds and all of this and the blueprints and all that, because a lot of your reels, your bigger reels like that, you got 6-8 gears in there to make everything work.
Yeah.
Well, we went to the extremes of eliminating all of that. All we have is your main drag house gear, which is 2 inches in diameter and a 1/4 inch thick stainless, but it goes directly to your gear on your spool.
Nice.
And you don't have any other little gears in there to cause you any troubles. It's done for durability, but yes, it's also going to be, it's simplified enough for the average guy to just pop it apart, clean it, and put it right back together.
Wait a minute. So you're trying to say we can't get this on Alibaba? This is your own mold, your own reel. Nobody else is going to have.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you know that's $45,000 to get that reel done.
Dang.
Yeah, Daryl. Now you know why I'm aggravated with customs.
So no Alibaba, you ain't gonna find this reel for $45 on Alibaba. No T-Mode, none of that.
That's like our hooks, Daryl. You're not gonna find our hooks in the catalog.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna find them on Alibaba. You're not gonna find them on Temu.
And did you make it real clear tonight that your hooks do not come from China?
They do not come from China. Our hooks are manufactured in Germany. So
Say that one more time. One more time.
If anyone thinks our hooks are manufactured in China, you're misinterpreting what's being done. Our hooks are manufactured in Germany and shipped to us from Germany. That's where they're done at. And I cannot show an invoice or a bill of lading because then it shows the company I'm getting them from.
There you go. And we don't want you to.
And I can't do that because I have something good going with the company, and I can't do that.
Hey Randy, you just went off camera and it come up and said I was a loser. It said a big L on there. Why's that?
Do what?
When you go off, a big L comes up. When you turn off your camera, a big L comes up. I feel like you're calling me. Look, he's calling me a loser.
Not yeah. Well, I'm just highlighting you.
That stands for Lisa.
And
That's hey, that's our executive producers. I'm on the executive producers channel tonight.
now, if
Lisa, okay.
If anyone has any questions about the hooks, they can get in touch with any one of our pro staff other than our newer pro staff, which is 922, Randy and Lisa, Chris and V, and Flathead Mike. The original pro staff before they were added to the team, that original team, you can contact Jeremy, you can contact Tank, Danny Stone, any one of them guys, and they will let you know that they helped design that hook. It wasn't just me. That hook was done by the team, not everybody, not just one person. Everybody was involved in the design of them hooks. That's how you do things. That's how you get a good product. You involve the guys that's helping you. They know what they need. They're catfishermen.
Yeah.
and we got new pro staff, and they're going to help right along with some more new products coming out too.
Yeah.
Because you know, we discuss all these items and products coming out with the pro staff.
Why
They-
have a pro staff if you can't get feedback from them?
Well,
And
it's
the
not,
thing
it's
about it
not,
is,
it's not just that, Daryl. The feedback is great, but we want the involvement, because this, just say for instance, Randy might have a little kink that he needs to put in this hook or this rod or this reel or whatever, and then you take that piece from everybody and you come up with that one, and you come out with what catfishermen use.
There's my nephew. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We
know, we don't, and the thing about it is the feedback. We can give back any kind of feedback we got. It don't have to be good. It don't have to be right. It don't have to be wrong.
we
Want all the feedback.
the feedback is what makes the product greater.
You just
And,
want
and,
to.
if, and if somebody out there is using the product and they have an issue, we want to know that as well.
That's like when we was at CatCon, we was doing some stuff with rods that you shouldn't do that. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't do a rod what we was doing it. And I had a guy ask me, he says, "You're not scared of breaking it?" I said, "No, because if it breaks, that tells me where the weak spot's at. That tells me where the problem is.
Yeah.
If we find that problem, we can fix that problem. Therefore, we don't have that problem, and it makes the product that much better."
All right. Well, you got anything else on that, Randy? Because I got something else I want to talk about in a minute. If you don't,
Go for it, Daryl. Go for it.
I want to know if we've got any specialty products coming out.
That's
Bumping rod.
What's new, baby? Tell them what's new.
I hate to say it, but there's a bumping rod coming.
Oh, bumping rod. You
It,
don't go ahead.
it weighs 6 ounces.
Man,
Yeah. Yeah.
you going wild, ain't you?
Yeah. It weighs 6 ounces, but yet and still it is bad. It is super sensitive to the max.
So I got a dumb question. What's the difference between a bumping rod and a regular rod?
It's the design of it, because you got to, with a bumping rod, you want it as light as possible, Steve, because you holding that rod all day, bumping. Randy knows what I'm talking about.
I bump 6 to 8
it's an
hours
all
at a time.
day repetitive deal, and if it's too heavy, you can't do it. Your hand or your arm or your elbow, something's gonna go out quick.
Yeah, and right here, sensitivity. You want a super sensitive rod. You want to be able to feel when you're bumping. Okay, so if you're bumping down the river, your boat's going down the river as slower than what the flow is. You'll slow your boat down, but you want to feel that bottom.
You want to feel that weight bumping.
You'll want to be able to tell you're hitting a rock. You want to tell if you dropped off into a hole,
Well,
all that stuff. And
that-
then you want to be able to feel that bite too.
That is the difference in the bumping rod that we have. Is it's been tested by several people. It's been used by them, and they could actually feel the difference in sand, mud, or rock.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I fish a lot of ugly sticks and I use ultralights myself because I like the sensitivity and all that. So I was just curious what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's super sensitive.
Yeah. You
Like,
gotta have the sensitive
hold
rod.
it in your hand and close your eyes, and you can pass it across a blade of grass, and you're gonna feel it touching that tip of that rod.
really.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, but now it's not gonna be as strong a rod as like these heavy catfish rods are, because they're built for sensitivity. So
Yeah. Yeah,
you
it
don't
is. man.
stick one.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's made of 46T carbon,
I want to try that.
true carbon.
Yeah. Cool. Because I ain't got a Catfish Sumo pumping rod. I can use somebody else's bumping rod.
Well, it's look. Let me put it this way. Some people's had it in their hands, and they said, make sure you put mine on the side for when you show up at Vicksburg.
That's cool.
That's how impressed they were of the rod.
That's awesome. Good deal. Well, you got something else coming out too, or you sort of joined forces with some folks and got something going that you're going to be selling also, right?
Yeah, we had a really good meeting, sit down meet and greet, really, with Mr. Steve Douglas with Monster Rod Holders, and it is official. We are dealers for Monster Rod Holder.
Congratulations! I think
we're going to do what we can to help Steve out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've explained to you what I got planned out, Daryl.
Yep, I did. Yep.
And Randy knows what I got planned out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I was telling you before, Daryl. It ain't all about the money.
Yeah.
It ain't all about the money.
Yep, it's a great friendship, and you're a good man. I appreciate you helping with all that, and I think that's going to be good. You're going to have all the rods at the shows and be selling those, or rod holders, and be selling that stuff. Then, are you going to be selling nets too, or just rod holders? Right now, just rod holders.
We got the rod. I got some rod holders now, but he was waiting on some more products to get in.
Yeah.
Hopefully by Vicksburg, I'll have more of the products to sell at Vicksburg, and then we're probably going to have to restock, because you know the way I'm going to do it, Daryl, it's going to sell.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm probably going to have to hit him up again and get some more before I go to Memphis.
Good deal. When is Memphis?
September.
I might have to go over there.
Oh, man, you need to come hang out with it, Daryl. It's a blast.
That's not that bad far away. That's only like 4 hours for me.
Well, you still closer than I am.
Well,
Yeah.
how far is it to Vicksburg, Mississippi from where you're at, Daryl?
Creole, I was going to go to that next. I don't know. I have to put it in not that far. I mean, I'm not that bad far. Just across Alabama, so that's not too bad. So, yeah, Creole, if nobody was going to bring that up, I was going to go to that next, because there's some confusion on that I want to talk about. So you're just growing leaps and bounds, and that's a good deal. So, you guys, this man's got a lot of good stuff going on. But the Ancient Mariner reel, the new reel that's coming out, they're wanting to take pre-orders, and I was the same way. They're talking about taking pre-orders, but then when I went to the website, I was like, well, you can't pre-order it because it's not on the website. So I was a little confused on that too, because everybody was putting
I'll take care of you on that, Daryl. Don't worry about it. That's going to be a hot topic. That's going to be a hot item, I'm telling you.
All right. So
I'm telling you, dude, this thing is loaded. It's got magnetic drag control. It's got I think it's 8 high-speed bearings. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. It's got them all.
And guys, they still stand behind their stuff too.
Oh yeah.
It's still got the guarantees on it.
You got a problem, just holler at us. It's that easy. I've been waiting on Steve down there to holler at me about the hooks giving him problems.
Oh, I ain't had no problems.
He ain't hollered at me yet, Daryl.
There you go.
Jerry, the handle's the same length on them.
Yeah, same length.
So now this new reel that's coming out, compared to, I know they got a 6,000, a 7,000. Where is that on the
It's going to be more of around the 6,500 series.
Okay.
he tried to do it to where it's still going to be for most people like the smaller reel because it's comfortable. They can get their hands on it better, things like that. So he tried to do it in between where he could kind of satisfy everybody.
Right. And this reel, for people that don't know, okay, he's already got this reel out. This is sort of compared. If you got like an ambassador reel, like let's just say a 6500. If you've ever used the Rocket 6500 compared to that, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is sort of the Rocket of the Ancient Mariner. In other words, it's smoother. It casts. It's not.
It's more than the lines of the missile of Ancient Mariner.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I mean, because of the smoothness of it, because of the Baron setup.
Right. It's like a rocket with the other.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm more than sure he said that where your level wand is. That shaft itself for the level wand also has Barons.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I heard that somewhere.
He went all out. He went all out on designing it. And it is coming out. It's called the Jade Edition. Ain't that what he said?
Yeah.
The Jewel Edition. I'm sorry. The Jewel Edition. Because most of the colors that he's coming with is the color of birthstone.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Creo, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying it's if everybody's trying to figure out what it is, I'm just saying it's like it's above.
It's above the Rocket.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's above what he's putting out now. It's above that reel. It's a above.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, this is going to be more of his high end reel.
Right. Yeah, this is a higher end reel.
This is going to be the higher end reel because it is highly upgraded, big time.
Yeah, I just seen a lot of when it came out. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It also has, Daryl, this unique feature that the spool itself is not a fixed spool. The spool is on bearing.
Right. Yeah.
Most spools is integrated into the shaft. This one, the spool itself sets on bearings.
Right.
So that's why it's smooth. That's why it'll cast so good. It's pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Good
like
deal.
Andrew said, it's more the GT 500.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. It's stepping up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's stepped up way up on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should have said it's like you got an Abu Garcia, and then you've got the Rocket. I'm just saying,
yeah,
that's his Ancient Mariner. That's sort of his Rocket, but I'm not saying it's a Rocket.
Yeah. That's in comparison. Yeah, he got his regular Ancient Mariner, and now he's got his Rocket.
Right. That's what I was trying to say.
I know what you're talking about, Daryl. I know you're not.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's that's their step up. That's their premier.
Yeah, it's going to be one of his premium reels. That's for sure.
There you go, Creo. See, I knew I'd get you straightened out there. So that's awesome. So there's a lot of things going down with you. Your head's got to be spinning into 3 different directions the next week. Good thing he's got a good wife to keep him straight, and he's got some good black coffee to keep him awake.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, because I had to change up suppliers on the rest of my terminal tackle other than my hooks.
Oh, man, that's not good.
No, they want to charge me 3 times more than what it cost.
Y'all fight that. That's the bad thing. Y'all fight that all the time. And I fought that too. They cast out and they give you this nice, juicy bait. And man, you swallow it hook, line, and sinker. And then the next time you go, they go, well, we might have looked at that different. We're going to have to go up.
Yeah.
I get so tired of that over there.
That, like I was talking with Steve. Steve, y'all know what we charge for hooks. Y'all know we have free shipping. And y'all know we pay an extra on tariffs on everything.
Yeah.
because it's not, the tariff is not just on China. It's on all of them.
Yeah. It's on everything. Yep.
It's on all of them. And yeah, I just ordered another large batch of hooks that should be here tomorrow. But yeah, I had to pay dearly for it because of tariffs.
Yeah.
Have I raised that price yet?
Nope.
Have I raised the price yet?
Nope.
As long as I can keep this running to buy a product, I'm not going to.
Good deal. Yeah.
And another thing too, guys. Yeah, he's got hooks. He's got monster rod holders. He's got rods. He's got reels. But he's also got your terminal tackle too.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is. Jerry Hager said a one-stop shop. It truly is a one-stop shop now.
And we're trying to get it better. We're trying to add more. It's just we gotta watch what we're doing right now because of all this going on with tariffs, customs, all of this stuff.
It only takes money.
We're actually gonna lean to actually some of the other species like the saltwater side. But a lot of them guys on the saltwater side, they use high-end jigs. And eventually we're going to carry some of that also.
Cool.
But we got to get past this first.
Right.
It only takes money, and John ain't made of it, so it's just going to take a while to get it
takes
done.
a minute. It takes a minute. I ain't dealing with no weights. So if anybody's selling weights, I'll shout them out in a heartbeat because John ain't dealing with no lead because he ain't trying to ship that.
Get the lead out.
Yeah, I gotta let somebody else get it.
Well, if anybody in chat got any questions, I know I've been, since I jumped in here, I've been running my mouth and everything. I get excited. I can't help it. But, and while we're waiting to see if anybody, I'm going to let everybody know I am feeling much better. Last week was a bad week. This week has been a pretty decent week. I am going to work on trying to get all the towels out, contact everybody and get addresses and stuff, bait towels out from when we did this, Steve. I just be honest with you, I didn't feel good. And this week has actually been the best week I've had. Still waiting on my CT scan to make sure. I still don't have as much energy as I did, but way better than I was. So I'm going to start getting addresses and stuff to send those free bait towels out. And I hate that I hadn't got them out right away, but I've been going through physical therapy and all this junk with this infection I had in my bowels. So it's been rough, but I am going to get there. I am not going to go back on what I told everybody. So I've got the list and I'll be contacting getting. Some people said don't worry about it. So I'll be contacting, hey, do you want it? If you don't want it, then let me know and I won't ship it and all that kind of stuff. So, some people bought $20 worth just because they wanted to get in and help Steve. So just to let everybody know, next week is the time that I will be doing that for sure. And next week, I may not be on the show. Just let you guys know. And Randy and Steve's finance at the same time. Of course, I almost wasn't on this week. Our church revival is next week. And so I'll be going to revival next week. So I don't know if I'll be home in time or not. And if not, that means the good Lord has shined on us and we're having a great meeting.
That's right.
Well, that means me and Lisa will be the show next week if there is a show next week.
Steve not going to be there either?
No, I'm heading to Oregon to go deep sea fishing.
Oh, okay. So,
well, we'll put me and Lisa will talk, and we may we'll put something other together and put it out.
Hey, y'all might just go fishing and do that on Thursday night.
That's a possibility too.
So I just want to let everybody know that next week I more than likely will not be in here. Let's just say I'm not going to be in here, so we'll let Randy and Miss Lisa figure it out.
Yeah, go ahead, Darryl, because it's going to go good and you're going to get in it and you ain't going to leave.
Yep. So I hope so.
You know that.
The good Lord's been good to me. He's let me live through cancer. I've had a lot of things go wrong with me, but you know what? if I didn't make it, I got a better place to go, and that's all that matters, buddy.
That's it.
I'm just warming a place down here because I'm going to heaven and I'm going to live with my Savior, and we're going to have a good time up there. That's
Like
for sure.
like Daddy always told me, you come here on borrowed time.
That's right. We're not promised tomorrow.
That's
Hey,
right.
is there something nobody wants to talk about? It's way better than the alternative, because if you ain't going to heaven, you're going to hell. And if you're going to hell, it ain't going to be like you're going to be with your partner. So make it right
No.
with your Lord. Ask on it. It's an individual thing, folks. It's an individual thing. Nobody can tell you if you've been saved or not. It's
Yep.
between you and your Lord. The Bible says, come to me. Let me get this right. Work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. That's what the Bible says. Work out your own salvation in fear and trembling. That means you work it out with your Lord, and you
That's
ask
right.
Him for salvation. No man can tell you you're saved or you wasn't saved. So,
That's right.
It's your own personal relationship.
yep.
Is what it boils down to.
People say you pray this, you pray that. It's between you and the Lord. I can't tell you how to get your salvation. That's between you and the Lord. You call on your own Lord, and He will give you salvation. I can't give you nothing. That's between you and your Lord. So, not trying to get on here and preach or anything like that, but I will be out in revival, and I hope we have a wonderful one. And I hope you guys have a good week next week. But I'll be worried about the lost world.
You'll be worried about the important stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, anything you got? Anything else you want to talk about, John, while we're here?
We covered just about all of it, Daryl. That's for sure. And I appreciate y'all bringing me up. We can kind of get filled in because I know you deal with Steve a lot, and
Yes, sir.
and therefore you know where we're at with them, and
Yep.
therefore we're all on the same page.
Right. There we go. He's Creole saying the other new product. What other new product?
Just too many.
I don't know. Maybe we should have brought him on with you, because man, he's throwing it out there.
It's too many. Well, we have another reel coming that's going to be the high end for us. But there's a possibility there's going to be one in between it. That's going to be number 2, and then number 3, and then there's also another hook coming.
Lots of stuff. We'll talk about that when it comes.
Yeah, lots.
So, guys, we're going to be bringing people up from different places, or that does different the rods and the reels and stuff. We just started out with John. We'll have Daniel on here some another time. It won't be next week because I won't be out, but we're going to bring him on. We've had Steve on. Hey, we'll bring FOA on. This is not to try to push one product, guys.
No, it's for everybody.
This is for everybody. John knows that better than anybody. Daniel knows that. Steve knows that. We are all for just giving you. This is not just another fish show. This will give you a look at everything. I'm not trying to push John. I'm not trying to push Daniel. I'm not trying to push Steve. I'm not trying to push, Guard Dog, any of this stuff. We're giving you options. That's what we give you, is options out there.
You going across the playing field, and you being level with it, and you're allowing each person and each company to come up and do their thing.
Absolutely. And I hope you guys appreciate that. So before we get out here, Steve, you got anything, my friend?
Man, I'm sorry my internet connection was such terrible. I think there was a wreck up the road. There were sirens and everything. So I'm sorry I missed a lot of that, but that was some great info. I definitely got to learn some more about these rods. But yeah, it was great to have you up, and thanks again for helping me win that tournament with them up.
There you go. Oh yeah, did we talk about you winning the tournament?
A little bit. We did good.
All right. Yeah, I was wanting to talk about that. Awesome deal. Dude, you are stepping up, showing up and showing out, brother.
Thank you.
Hey,
you've done
he's got people calling him from all over the world wanting him to do their stuff.
There you go.
Next thing you know, he gonna be a professional fisherman.
He's the next dang Roland Martin.
No, he's the next John Parker, professional cat fisherman.
There you go.
He's a carp fisherman, apparently.
Carp fish. He's the carp man.
That's it.
So congratulations on that, buddy. I was proud to see you win that. I was like, man, we won't never hear the end of it, but I sure am proud he won it. He'll be holding everything up. All this. So congratulations on that, my friend. Randy, got anything else, my friend?
I do. If you need anything from John, you can contact the website, Rivercats Tackle. You can contact John Cyclone himself. If you
You'll have more fun.
Huh?
It'll be more fun if you just call me.
Oh yeah. It's and don't think you're gonna call him and talk to him for a minute and place an order and be done.
No,
You gonna
Daryl
call
knows that.
You better be ready for an hour and a half, at least.
Yep.
And then make up some stupid excuse why you gotta get off the phone.
Use the code SWAIN10. Save yourself 10%. And keep a little bit of money in your pocket.
And if you don't like Swain 10, you can always use TSO 10 too.
Yeah.
He is a sponsor of the gathering.
Yep.
So there we go.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Buddy, I appreciate you coming on. Out there in chat, if you guys want us to have a certain person on to talk about product, let us know and we'll reach out to them. I don't care who it is. Like I said, this show is for you. This is not for us to push our sponsors. We'll talk about our sponsors because we talk about the gathering and all that stuff. But we want to talk about every aspect out there. And that sells different stuff. Like I say, FOA, they sell the slings, they sell rods, they sell hooks, all that different stuff. We'll have Freddie on sometime. We'll have whoever you guys within reason. If it's something that we can get a hold of somebody and bring them on to talk about their product, let us know because this is for you guys, not for us.
That's the reason we call this not just your average fishing show.
Not just another.
Anyway,
average, whatever.
Real quick,
Yes,
the
sir.
gathering is next April 23rd, 24th, 25th. Get your reservations made. Get things start lining up. Get your vacation scheduled for next year where you can be there. CatCon is January 9th and 10th. It's all this stuff's already been set up. Get your stuff together and show up.
I'm already locked in for CatCon.
There you go. You better already be locked in for them, brother.
And Daryl,
What?
the other thing that's going on with it with
What's that?
Steve. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm already locked on that.
Oh yeah. Well, what we talking
You know what I'm talking
about? They were jerking him around on. Okay, yeah. I got you. Good deal. Awesome. All right, everybody. We appreciate everybody coming in. There's Stan too coming in. What's up, Stan? I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Awesome. I'm sorry I was late, but man, I was fighting the doggone internet and fighting and painting a double.
We made it just fine without you.
You probably did. Probably did better without me. But anyway, Gimpy, I appreciate you jumping in here with us tonight. I'm glad you're coming for sure. Man, it's been a wonderful show. Thank you, John. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, old gray-haired man, Mr. Randy. Thank you, Lisa, for all your help. I appreciate it. Hey, we'll catch y'all with Randy and Lisa next Wednesday night at 9. Till then, we love y'all. God bless, and y'all have a great one. See y'all later.
peace.
Take care.
Let's end this thing.